hey, it's a movie about me. Let's talk about a nice Indian boy. One of the most underrated film genres are romantic comedies, and I'm a sucker for a really good romantic comedy. And here we have a really good gay romantic comedy that uses Bollywood as a backdrop, especially Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, or DDLJ for my people, which is known as the greatest romance ever told in Indian cinema. And what we get here is Karan Soni, who plays a very reserved gay Indian guy who's a doctor, who's a little distant from his parents, who doesn't really talk about himself or express himself very much. And he meets Jonathan Groff, who is all about big emotions and expressing your love and expressing yourself either through art or telling everybody who you are. And they meet each other and fall in love as you would expect. And Jonathan Groff's favorite movie is DDLJ, and kind of bond over this over their first date. And it's a movie that explores about feeling true to yourself, of course, and then being able to and willing to feel those big emotions and expressing them to your loved ones, and not shying away from it just because your family thinks a certain way or you're too ashamed of being who you are. The movie is fun, it's smart, it has some really great comedic moments. There are really some charming moments and good emotional moments as well. The chemistry between Karan Soni and Jonathan Groff is really good. I think they act well around each other. Some of the highlights is the rest of the family. There are some really great moments with them. I think some of the best emotional moments are with the mom and the dad, and how love and expectations about marriage and Indian culture is supposed to be like. I like that it kind of talks about generational trauma and things that we as Indian families don't always discuss, and it does tackle that subject with some really good nuance and heft, and understands the culture while being able to be a little bit more progressive. Not everything old is bad, not everything old is outdated, or there isn't any romance or flair in a relationship just because it was arranged versus falling in love. There are so many layers and nuances to the world around us, and I love that it explores this in this film. What can I say? It's a short 1.5 hour film that's a lot of fun. It's really entertaining, has some really good music in it, has a great performance from the cast. I think the chemistry, the humor, everything hits. It's nothing that's going to be groundbreaking cinema, but it's also not something we often see on screen. It is your typical and traditional romantic comedy, and it hits those beats beat for beat, but at the same time, a good romantic comedy is a good romantic comedy, and they are just so fun, and we don't get them as much as we used to, and I'm so just happy that this exists because it's a fun, entertaining, really well told film.